Welcome to social class, dear students. This is the second video of lesson 2 history from trade to territories. So yesterday we just stopped up to Carnatic War. Up to Battle of Buxar. So today we need to start from Carnatic War. So this is the second video. So let's go into the lesson. In the 18th century, 3 Carnatic wars were fought between various Indian rulers. So, how many Carnatic wars were fought? There were 3 Carnatic wars, okay, in the 18th century. So, between Indian rulers, British and French East India Company on either side. So, traditionally, Britain and France were rival countries in Europe. So, rival is nothing but competitive countries, okay. So, rival is nothing but what? Competitive. So, rival's meaning. Okay, so their revival continued in India over trade and territories. It resulted in a series of military conflicts in the south known as the Carnatic Wars, which spanned from 1746 to 1763. So, spanned is nothing but continued, okay. These wars resulted in establishment of political supremacy of British East India Company. So, this Carnatic War happened in 18th century, okay, between Indian rulers, British and French East India Company on either sides, okay. So, traditionally Britain and France, they were rival countries in Europe. What is rival? We saw it is competitive countries. Okay. So, their rivalry continued in India over trade and territories. So, their competitiveness continued in India in trading activities and in order to capture many territories. It resulted in a series of military conflicts in the south known as Carnatic War. Due to all this rivalry, it resulted into a military conflict. So, that conflict is called as what? Carnatic War. Okay. So, this continued till 1746 to 1763. So, these wars resulted in establishment of political supremacy of British East Indian Company. Next, so this is the flow chart of Carnatic War. So, Carnatic War, first Carnatic War, second Carnatic War and third Carnatic War. So, first Carnatic War started from 1746 to 1748. So, 2 years. Second Carnatic War started from 1749 to 1754, 5 years. And third Carnatic War 1756 to 1763, so 7 years. Got it? So, this is the flow chart of Carnatic War. So, coming to first Carnatic War, which happened from 1746 to 48. On the outbreak of Austrian War of Secession in Europe, the English and the French were on opposite camps, increased the hostility between these two forces. The echo of this war was felt in India. So, what happened on the outbreak of Austrian War of Secession in Europe? The English and the French, they were opposite camps. They increased the hostility between two forces. Okay, these two forces echoed the war and it was felt in India. So, first one which comes in under first Carnatic War, we are going to see Battle of Adayar, which held in 1746. First point, the first Carnatic War is remembered for the Battle of Santom, which is in Madras, fought between the French force and the force of Anwar Uddin, the Nawab of Carnatic, who appealed the British for help. So, first Carnatic War was remembered, the Battle of Santom. Where is Santom? would have heard Santham Church, okay, which is in Chennai right now, right? Okay, fought between French force and force of Anvaruddin. So, French force and Anvaruddin, who is Nawab of Carnatic, okay, they were appealed the British for help. They appealed British people for help. Next point. A small French army under Captain Paradis defeated the strong Indian army under Mahfuz Khan at Santhom on the banks of the river Adayar. So, a small French army under the captain of Paradis, okay, they defeated the strong Indian army under Mahfuz Khan. So, in the Santhom, they defeated in Santhom on the banks of river Adayar. This was the first occasion when the superiority of the well-trained and well-equipped European army over the Indian army was proved beyond doubt. So, this is the picture of Anvaruddin, Nawab of Carnatic. So, next one is Treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle, which held in 1748. The war was ended by the Treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle, which brought the Austrian War of Secession to an end. Under the terms of this treaty, Madras was returned back to the English, and the French in turn got their territories in North America. So, this war, the war was ended at the Treaty of Treaties, nothing but we can take it as agreement, okay. Treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle, which brought the Austrian War of Secession to an end. Okay, under the terms of this treaty, this Aix-la-Chapelle, Madras was returned back to English people, and the French in turn got their territories in North America. Now, we are going to see Second Carnatic War, which held from 1749 to 54. The main cause of this war was the issue of secession in Carnatic and Hyderabad. So, this war was issue of secession in Carnatic and Hyderabad. Anvaruddin Khan and Chand Sahib, they were two claimants to the throne of Carnatic, whereas Nazir Jung and Muzaffar Jung were claimants to the throne of Hyderabad. The French supported Chand Sahib and Muzaffar Jung, while the British supported other claimants with the objective of keeping their interest and influence in the entire Deccan region. So, here we have seen a new word called claimant. So, claimant in Tamil they say Urimai Korubavar, okay, that is nothing but a person making a claim, especially in a lawsuit or for a state benefit, okay. So, this Second Carnatic War, they were two claimants. First one is Anvaruddin Khan and Chand Sahib. These two were the two claimants throne of Carnatic. So, for the Carnatic, these two persons Anvaruddin Khan and Chand Sahib, they were two claimants, okay. Whereas another two claimants arise, Nazir Jung and Muzaffar Jung, they were the claimants to the throne of Hyderabad. With the French people, they supported Chand Sahib and Muzaffar, while the British people, they supported Anvaruddin Khan and Chand Sahib, okay. So, this is the picture of Muzaffar Jung. So, next one is Battle of Ambur. Finally, Dupleix, Chand Sahib and Muzaffar Jung formed a grand alliance and defeated and killed Anvaruddin Khan, the Nawab of Carnatic, on 3rd August 1749 in the Battle of Ambur. So, finally, three persons joined together. Who were they? Dupleix, Chand Sahib and Muzaffar Jung. They joined together, okay, and formed a grand alliance, and they defeated and killed Anvaruddin Khan. So, who was Anvaruddin Khan? He was the Nawab of Carnatic. They killed in the year 1749, August 3rd, in the Battle of Ambur. Muhammad Ali, the son of Anvaruddin, fled to Trichinopoly, that is Tiruchirappalli. Okay, Tiruchirappalli. So Muhammad Ali, he was son of whom? Anwaruddin. So he fled to Tiruchirappalli. Chand Sahib became the Nawab of Carnatic and rewarded the French with the grant of 80 villages around Pondicherry. So what happened? Chand Sahib, he became the Nawab of Carnatic. So what is Nawab? So male viceroy, okay, ruler, okay. He became the Nawab of Carnatic and he rewarded the French with a grant of 80 villages around where? Pondicherry. So this is the picture of duplex you would have seen in Pondicherry beach. Okay, this statue is there. Okay, next one. In the Deccan too, the French defeated and killed Nazir Jang and made Muzaffar Jang as the Nizam. So in the Deccan is nothing but the southern part of India is called as Deccan. The French people, they defeated and killed Nazir Jang and they made Muzaffar Jang as the Nizam. The new Nizam gave ample rewards to the French. So the new Nizam, he gave ample rewards to the French. So here Nizam is nothing but it is also known as a ruler, okay, or a viceroy, okay. He appointed Dupleix as the governor of all the territories in south of river Krishna. So next, Muzaffar Jang was assassinated by his own people in the year 1751. So assassinated is nothing but killed, okay. Salabat Jang is a brother of Nazir Jang, was raised to the throne of Buzi. Salabat Jang granted the northern Sircars, excluding the Guntur district of the French. Dupleix power was at its zenith by that time. Next one is Battle of Arcot, held in the year 1751. In the meantime, Dupleix sent force to besiege the fort of Trichy, where Muhammad Ali had taken shelter. So here besiege, what is besiege? Surrounded with armed force to capture something is called as what? Besiege, okay. So Dupleix, he sent a force of besiege in order to capture the fort of Trichy, where Muhammad Ali had taken his shelter. Chand Sahib also joined with the French in their efforts to besiege Trichy. So Chand Sahib also joined along with Dupleix. Robert Clive's proposal was accepted by the British governor Saunders and with only 200 English and 300 Indian soldiers. Clive was entrusted the task of capturing Arcot. His attack proved successful. So this is the picture of Robert Clive. You have this in book. Robert Clive defeated the French at Arni and Kaveri Pak with the assistance of Major General Stringer Lawrence. Chand Sahib was killed in Trichy. Muhammad Ali was made the Nawab of Arcot under British protection. The French government recalled Dupleix to Paris. Next one is Treaty of Pondicherry. Dupleix was succeeded by Godhu, who agreed the Treaty of Pondicherry. According to it, both the parts agreed not to interfere in the internal affairs of the native states. So, Dupleix, he was succeeded by whom? Godhu, is the name, okay, who agreed the Treaty of Pondicherry. So, they were signed a treaty, okay, both agreed the Treaty of Pondicherry. So, according to that treaty, both the parts, that is Dupleix power and Godhu power, they were not supposed to interfere in the internal affairs of their native states. So, this is the agreement in the Treaty of Pondicherry or they have signed. They were to retain their old possessions. New forts should not be built by either power. So what they have signed? They should not build any new fort in their power. The treaty made the British very stronger. The Second Carnatic War also proved inconclusive. The English proved their superiority on land by appointing Muhammad Ali as the Nawab of Carnatic. The French were still very powerful in Hyderabad. However, the predominant position of the French in the Deccan Peninsula was definitely undermined in this war. Next one is Third Carnatic War, which held in 1756 to 63. The outbreak of the 7 Years' War in Europe led by the Third Carnatic War in India. So this war held for 7 years. Okay. By this time, Robert Clive established the British power in Bengal by the Battle of Plassey, which provided them with the necessary finance for the Third Carnatic Wars. Next, Count de Lally, so this is a name, okay, was deputed from France to conduct the war from the French side. So Count de Lally, he was deputed, okay, from France in order to conduct the war from French side. Okay, he easily captured Fort Saint David. He ordered Bussy to come down to the Carnatic with his army to make a united effort to push the British out of the Carnatic. Taking advantage of Bussy's departure, Robert Clive sent Colonel Ford from Bengal to occupy the northern Sircars. Okay, that is part of Andhra Pradesh and Odisha. Next one is Battle of Vandivash, held in the year 1760. The decisive battle of the Third Carnatic War was fought on January 22nd, 1760. The English army under General Agincourt totally routed the French army under Lally. Within a year of French had lost all their possessions in India. Lally returned to France, where he was imprisoned and executed. So this is the picture of Sir Agincourt and Count de Lally. Next one, Treaty of Paris. The 7 Years' War was concluded by the Treaty of Paris. The French settlements including Pondicherry were given back to the French. So this 7 Years of War, Treaty of Paris, made the Third Carnatic War an end. The French settlements including Pondicherry, it was given to French people, but they were forbidden from fortifying those places. They were not allowed to gather armies. The French dominance in India practically came to an end. Okay children, we'll just wind up to this. Next class we shall continue from Mysore and its resistance to British expansion. Okay children, thank you, take care.